So the title of our lesson is Possessive Nouns. As we have said before, how can we define the word or the meaning of the title possessive nouns? Possessive nouns are words that show ownership. Okay, so whenever I want to talk about ownership, I use possessive nouns. For example, instead of saying the paintbrush that belonged to the artist was lost, I may say the artist's paintbrush was lost. The artist's paintbrush, we call it possessive noun because it shows ownership. Who owned the brush, the paintbrush? The artist owns the paintbrush, so we call it what? Possessive nouns. Usually, possessive nouns are used, as I said, to show ownership, okay, or what someone's owns. In order to change or to use possessive noun, I have the following rules. I have to use an apostrophe, okay, in order to show that this is the ownership of something. For example, instead of saying Pam owns a cat, I may say Pam's cat, or the cat's tail, or Sam's knee. All of these, we call them possessive nouns. The general rule is, in order to show the possessive of singular nouns, I have to add apostrophe plus an s, okay? So for singular noun, whatever the ending is, even if it ends with an s, I have to add apostrophe s. Like for example, this tail belongs to Fluffy, so I say Fluffy's tail, okay? So, and I'm talking about the recipe of Sally. I say Sally's recipe. The man's hat and the teacher's pencil. All of these are possessive nouns. And as you have noticed, I only add apostrophe s. Here I have river's edge, train's wheels, and sun's heat. Okay, so all of these are possessive nouns. I only add apostrophe s if it's singular. So, all in all, to show possession of singular nouns, I have to add apostrophe s. We have another rule concerning the plural nouns. To show possession of plural nouns ending in s, only add an apostrophe, because sometimes we have certain plural nouns that don't end, okay, they don't end with an s, okay, but the general rule, like the word runners, cows, and trees, if they end in s, I simply add an apostrophe. No need to add apostrophe and then another s, only apostrophe. For example, I say runners, shoes. Since we have apostrophe after the s, I know that it's plural. Cows, meal. I have apostrophe after the s and I don't add another s. Trees, apples, the same. I only add an apostrophe. Okay, whereas as I said before, sometimes we don't have an s. Some irregular plural words don't take an s. For example, child, the plural of the word child is children. Children doesn't end with an s. And also the plural word of the word tooth is teeth, and it doesn't also have an s. So what do? I have to add apostrophe plus s because it doesn't end with an s. For example, children's food, I added apostrophe s. Teeth, fillings also I added apostrophe s, okay? So, as I said before, if the plural word ends with an s, I simply add apostrophe, like the boy's jackets, my parents' cars, my boss's hat. But if the word does not end in an s, I have to add apostrophe plus s, like the children's toys. Okay? So this is everything. Do you have any questions?